Hello, and once again this is Lake from Forever Productive Ecology, and today I'm going to talk about the cheapest way that I've found to tap trees and get their syrup from them and sap, and I'll talk to you about that now. First of all, what you need are some of the taps, and right here I have some hardwood taps that I've made. I have them in order from what has worked best to what has the least amount of ability to render sap. This first one here is willow, and it has a very tiny pith. This willow was weeping willow, and it hasn't worked very well, but if you have a lot of it, it should work okay. This next one I made was grapevine. It had a fairly nice sized pith and should work well. This right here is green ash, had an excellent pith and has a very sturdy wood, so when you hammer this in after this nail, you'll be able to get a lot of sap from that. The last one I have here is box elder, and you could use silver maple as well. Silver maple has a smaller pith. That's the center part, the soft area on the inside, which can be plunged out by using any sort of heavier wire. This is actually just a typical paper clip. I have the pruners right here, which I use to cut the taps to size. And then the method of doing this is, first of all, you take a nail, and this is a common nail. It's probably about a centimeter thick to maybe 8 millimeters. And then what you do is you take a hammer and you pound into a tree. Okay? Once you get into about, say, 1 inch to 2 inches, about that long in, you take the nail and you pull it out of the tree. Alright, and then you take one of your taps that you've made, very inexpensively, and you tap it back into the nail's hole, probably right up to about here. Now, the most important thing to consider is that the tap is just about the same size, or it's a little bit smaller than the nail on this far side, and then a little bit wider than the nail on this side. This allows you to create a seal in the tap hole, which causes the sap to get caught up behind here, and it must flow through your tap in order to get out of the hole. So that is one of the more important credentials of that. Then, once you've tapped your tap in, you take some kind of container, some kind of bottle, and you tie it onto the tree with a string or whatever you have that works, and just let it collect. You can sometimes get 2 containerfuls to 2.5 of this if you do silver maples, box elders for certain. The best time of year to do this, if you live in Minnesota or northern climates, would be just mid to beginning March-ish. That should give you good time and good flow rates. You can let them flow all the way out till they leaf out. They'll stop flowing, they'll regulate themselves and heal over their wound even if you don't take these taps out. And this is a very low damage to the tree, very useful. You can use the sap for making syrups. Silver maples make almost a syrup very similar to corn syrup. Box elder makes a very caramely, kind of interesting tangy syrup. And you can also ferment the syrup as a sugar in order to make alcohols and use it as an additive to different drinks. That is all for today. I'll show you some of how I do this another day in the setup. But this is the basics of the tools used for tapping. This is my tapping style that has worked for me well, so I hope that it works well for you too. Thanks.